Alors Hélène, c'est le photocall de The Search.
So Helen, now we have the photocall for The Search, Michel Hazanavicius' latest film. It's a very eagerly awaited film because we remember the success of The Artist 3 years ago on La Croisette, and so Michel Hazanavicius is working once again with Béatrice Béjo, but it's a completely different genre. It's a film about war. It's a very ambitious film, the war in Chechnya, the second war in Chechnya. And what he is doing is telling 3 stories. The story of Bérénice Béjo, who is sent by the EU to inquire about what's happening. The story of this little boy you see here, whose parents are murdered by the Russian army, and who will set out alone, in the story of his big sister who goes out to look for him. And she is on the left of the screen, and the story of a young Russian soldier played by Maksim Emelyanov, a young Russian soldier who is not really very committed to this war. And you see Thomas Langmann, who produced The Artist, this great adventure that met with such success, and he is the producer of this film too. Michel Hazanavicius in the middle, and we just saw Maksim Emelyanov and the little boy and the girl who played brother and sister, and the director is lifting up the little boy. We remember Bérénice Béjo, who was here last year for the past a film which received she received an award for this film by an Iranian director. And so Bérénice Béjo is back again with Michel Hazanavicius, her partner, for a completely different film describing the stories of 4 people whose destinies meet. So great expectations for this film, The Search.
De Michel Hazanavicius, un film, je vous le rappelle, en noir et blanc, sans dialogue.
The Artist, a film in black and white, a silent film, which propelled Jean Dujardin to international stardom.
Michel Hazanavicius avait fait
And Michel Hazanavicius had made a wager with this film, and this is true again with The Search. He is a director who does not stay in the same vein, because this genre is diametrically opposed to what most people might expect from him.
C'est aussi ça. Cannes.
That's another thing we can say about Cannes. That's what it is too. And here you see Bérénice Béjo, the young actor Abdul Khalim Mamatsueyevi, and the director Michel Hazanavicius, who became famous with The Artist. And this project is completely different from anything he has ever done. He also had a lot of fun with his films in the past, with OSS 117, and he wants to highlight the tragedy of this conflict, the fate of those who have escaped, and the story of a young soldier who will lose his innocence in the context of the war and bring out all the blackness
vous le disiez, Pierre, hein, c'est vrai que l'acteur, réalisateur, scénariste est un touche-à-tout. Hein.
You said this director does pretty much everything. And this is last year's Best Actress Award. Bérénice Béjo, very popular with the photographers. Like Jean Dujardin, Bérénice was revealed to the world by the artist. This is where the artist's career began before reaching the César and the Oscars. Jean Dujardin won the Best Actors Award for the artist, but Bérénice Béjo was just as wonderful as he was. And she received the award 2 years later.
Bérénice Béjo.
Elle était maîtresse de cérémonie du festival.
She was mistress of ceremonies of the mistress of ceremony of the festival in 2012, and last year she was in Oscar Faraday's The Past.
Et en 2009,
the year before, with the artist. And in 2009, she was in a Clouseau film shown at Cannes Classics.
Dans ce film, c'est un couple de cinéma aussi, un couple à la ville.
These people are together in life, Michel and Bérénice, and she long encouraged her man, her director, and this film was made in Georgia. A very ambitious film with a big budget, a true reconstruction of the war, special effects.
Mais finalement assez peu, puisque Michel Hazanavicius ne voulait pas.
But not that much, because Michel Hazanavicius wanted to reconstruct the war and its horrors in front of his camera. He didn't want too many special effects, and he often used a handheld camera without looking for spectacular effects, but rather trying to show the horrors of war. And as you said, Pierre, it's a film about war, but you could see the photographers calling for kisses.
La femme et l'enfant.
And here is this young woman and the child, this young refugee who sets out alone on the roads after the murder of his parents. A truck picks him up and takes him to a refugee camp in the neighboring countries after he fled Chechnya. And he is so frightened, so traumatized that he no longer can speak. And this European emissary, played by Bérénice Béjo, finds him, and after a while they are able to relate. And this is the wonderful story in this film. And we can also recall that Annette Bening is part of the cast. She plays the person who runs the Red Cross operations and sends people to different places. And so this film will be released in France November 26th, so we'll have to wait a few months more.
Les premiers pas sur la croisette pour ce.
And so, of course, this is this very young actor's first time here in Cannes on the Croisette, although he seems quite comfortable. Before the photographers, he's quite amazing.
Jeune garçon tchétchène Abdul Karim
Matsouyev, who was selected, who was cast on the shoot. And Thomas Langmann, the film's producer, is with Michel Hazanavicius and Bérénice Béjo. And after producing The Artist, he did not hesitate to produce this film.
cette grande aventure et il a vraiment bien
And
fait.
he was ready to join this new adventure. And he is very happy because he is a producer who really supports his filmmaker, because The Artist was a rather strange project, rather unusual project, a silent black and white film, and here a film about Chechnya shot in the neighboring country of Georgia. These are films that are complicated to make, complicated to budget, and he enabled this director to make the film he wanted to make.
Donner l'ampleur nécessaire à la mise en scène
to give enough latitude to Michel Hazanavicius to make this film as he wanted to. So this producer likes to help filmmakers
Emelyanov.
shoot their films in the best conditions. This is Maksim Emelyanov, the other young actor in The Search,
Peut-être son réalisateur.
alongside the director.
Maksim Emelyanov qui fait ses premiers pas.
And he too is here in Cannes for the first time. And he also gives an amazing performance for Michel Hazanavicius. He's a Russian actor who is given the choice of going to prison because he is caught in the street smoking dope. And so he says, you're 19 years old, either you go to prison or you join the army. And once he's there, he is humiliated, persecuted. And this leads to his losing part of his humanity in these conditions.
Voilà. Toute l'équipe de The Search de Michel Hazanavicius.
The director, producer, and cast of The Search, a film in the official competition for the 67th Cannes Film Festival, with this young actor moving to the set, and here is the trailer.